Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for, if any of you guys had gotten through a decent way into the Black Clover review I uploaded the other day, you would have seen what I was planning on doing. And you could probably already tell by the title that this is going to be my review for Dr. Stone, Episode 1. And I actually know the names of the characters only because I just checked, for the synopsis of the episode. Because I couldn't remember the names. It always happens every time. If it's something unique, or really hard, something really unique, like some of the other characters have had, then it's going to be harder for me to remember. Anyway, because, I can remember Anna very well because it's a simple name. It's something, normal, I guess you could say. Anyway, uh, yeah, this show is definitely going to be a doozy because it involves people being turned to stone. And, the two main characters at the moment, Taiju and Senku, I think is how you say it. Anyway, Taiju was, before all this started, he had been planning on telling his crush how he felt about her for the past 5 years. And, apparently those two are best friends. Senku and Taiju were best friends, and he had told her that he was planning on telling her. And, his friend tells him, good luck, I'll be cheering for you, and apparently he was speaking, guess you could say metaphorically, because he wasn't planning on saying, or rather, physically cheering for him. But he had offered his friend a love potion, but his friend poured it down the drain, telling him, I don't need it. And then he runs off to go tell her. Senku's classmates asked him, you made a love potion? And he tells him, no, that is just gasoline, made from plastic. And his classmates were like, well, what would have happened had he drunk it? Wouldn't he have died? Because, drinking gasoline is going to make you sick, and if you process it, digest it, you're going to die, essentially. Because that'll kill your organs. And, well, he was like, I'm 10 billion% sure that he wasn't going to drink it. Because his friend isn't going to take the easy way out to get her to fall in love with him. He's going to tell her and hope to God that she loves him back. And while this is going on, Taiju goes outside to go and tell her how he feels, and his classmates are watching. I think, what was it, 2 of them bet against him, betting that she'll reject him, betting that she'll make him cry. Senku, on the other hand, bets, 3,000 yen? That it was either 3,000 yen or 30,000 yen, I can't remember which, that she feels the same way towards him. And I'm willing to bet that he's right. I've only seen episode 1, just so you know, so far. Anyway, sadly, before he could tell her, the whole world is bathed in a green light. And Taiju tries to protect her, thinking that if he, got in front of her, that he would be able to keep her from getting hit by it. But nope, every single person in the entire world is then turned to stone. Okay, and apparently some of them are still conscious even while stone. You can hear some of them calling out for help and stuff like that while they're stone. And many years pass while everybody is turned to stone, and buildings deteriorate, bridges break, dams bust, causing, water to get everywhere, stuff like that, because, nobody's maintaining them because humans are all, stuck in stone. Well, Taiju actually ends up breaking free of his stone prison and has no clue what happened. He doesn't know what caused it in the first place. He just knows all that happened before the dazzling green light showed up. And he goes to try and find her, and somehow, I guess, I think in one of the sequences where it was showing all the stuff going on around them, that he got swept up by water. maybe it was the river overflowing or something during like a flood or something, and it swept him into a cave. So he wasn't in the same position that he was before. So apparently enough time has passed to where when he finally finds where she was standing by the same tree that had grown a whole ton. The school building was not even there anymore. It was nothing but trees. There was no ruin, no nothing. And as he apparently I didn't hear this, but he finally told her that he loved her, and that he vows to try and save her from what's causing the petrification. When he got close, to look at her, he saw that there was a little note by her body saying, "Go down river if you see this," essentially. And turns out Senku is now free as well. He's been free for like 6 months. And, he's obviously happy that his friend not only survived, but that he has some help in trying to figure out what's going on and rebuilding society from the ground up. Because I'm sure that not only has the school building, gone bye-bye, but every other building probably has too at this point. And if not, then they're probably just like shells of their former selves, essentially. With nothing there but moss and plants and everything. And he essentially tells him that he's been trying to figure out a way to, get rid of the petrification so that way they can wake people back up. And, Taiju ends up finding a pot that's been collecting bat guano in a cave, and at first he thought there might have been somebody else that was alive doing this, but no, it was just Senku doing it. And he theorizes that this might have played a part in how they were able to break free. And they tried experimenting on birds, because apparently birds were affected as well, but not like deer and stuff. So, I don't know how that's possible. But, yeah, they try to, pour some of that on the petrified birds. No dice, nothing happens. And Senku's bound and determined to figure this out through science, because I'm guessing that some kind of science was responsible for this, because you would think that it's some kind of like alien technology or something, with a alien technology planet blasting ray or something that caused all this. I mean, I can understand that's science fiction, but it's still science. And while they're doing all this, Taiju's the one going out for looking for food and stuff, and checking on his love every now and then, especially when it gets cold. And, they get the idea, Senku decides that you could probably make it the back-guano thing better by mixing it with alcohol. We found out exactly that, 3,700 years had passed since when they first were petrified, and to that point. So, yeah, that's crazy. Sorry, I'm tired. Anyway, Taiji realizes that they could make wine because he had found some grapes growing as he was foraging for food, and they work on making it. And the first batch doesn't taste very good, but obviously they have to distill it. And, it takes a few tries because they have to rebuild a clay pot because the first one kind of broke. But for the next 6 months, they end up, or rather, over the course of the whole year that between when Senku when Senku first woke up to when, spring finally shows up. And they end up making the perfect combination because they try and pour it on a bird again with whatever concoction they had made using the alcohol and the bat guano. A bird breaks free. So they might have found the perfect combination. Whether that works on a human or not, we will find out probably in episode 2. But I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying this show so far. From what I heard, it's a really good show. Science obviously isn't my thing, so some of that stuff that he was saying is going over my head, obviously. But yeah, here's hoping that they figure out what caused all this and how, if they'll be able to reverse it, and if once they do reverse it, they're gonna have to rebuild everything from the ground up, technology and all that wise. Actually, once they make it, they're gonna have to mass produce it and get it all over the world, because it's not just them that got affected by it, it was everybody in the planet. So even if they were to get everybody in their little town back to normal, they're gonna have to get it to the whole entire world. So that's a lot they're gonna have to make. Here's hoping that they'll be able to at some point, and I will see you guys next time.